Okay, I'm Nathan Simcoe in the Iowa State Department of Meteorology, doing an update on a pretty potent winter storm that's about to impact the region, central Illinois, central Indiana, northern Missouri, even eastern Kansas. Um, and here's your weather headlines as we look at them. A powerful winter storm, like we've been talking about, aiming at central Illinois. It could definitely bring heavy snow, and it's very likely, especially where we're at, up along I-72. And hazardous travel along with that is definitely expected. And also with that, coming before that, a potent cold burst, and that's going to stick around here for the near future. And actually, I don't know if we're going to get, once we go below freezing, if we're going to get above freezing for at least the next 2 weeks. So, whatever snow, which at the moment seems like it will be a pretty good amount, whatever snow we do get, probably isn't going anywhere. And I think that's the first thing we're going to look at here is temperatures. And right now we're looking here at the GFS model. This is the American computer model. We're going to be looking at two models today on most of our runs. I'm going to make this video fairly quick, so I'm not going to get to everything, but here's kind of the timeline here. You can see the time right here underneath this, but this is the surface temperature that we're going to be looking at, and I just want to go up a little bit closer to when we're expecting this. So this is Sunday, and actually I'll back it up just a few frames. So this is about the time that the storm's going to be rolling in. You can kind of see here as it goes along, the temperatures are really going to start falling down. This is Sunday by the morning hours, expanding into the afternoon, maybe getting a little warmer, especially off to our south, but the cold air definitely sticking around, not getting anywhere near freezing. The heaviest or the highest temperature we see there, 24 degrees in Springfield, 23 in Champaign, and then kind of just even getting colder. A little warm spell there, but that's in the middle of the day on Monday. But obviously, 25 degrees outside, still cold enough to have snow. And then this is when it really starts to go downhill on Monday as we get below 10 degrees and even in the single digits, negative degrees showing on this model in Quincy and in Columbia, Missouri. And I'll just kind of keep going here as we see possible negatives by the middle of the week, but this is a little far out. But I'm just going to keep expanding here. Don't pay too much of to the actual numbers, but you kind of see here that we're not getting above freezing here. You know, that might be a possible day. This is January 13th, but even on this model run, it doesn't get above freezing. And this goes all the way out to January 18th. So we might be sticking around that snow, whatever does fall, for at least a couple of weeks. And here is the American computer model, the latest run of it. And I want to focus on timing because it seems to be the only thing that's maybe conflicting at the moment. I think we have a good idea of where the heaviest pocket of snow will be. And I want to show you this. So here we go. Let's fast forward all this to the snow. Here's Sunday at midnight, according to the American computer model, starting as a wintry mix south. But for us up here along I-72, basically all snow. You can see maybe a quick period of, right here. I'm going to go back forward here. Maybe some sleet starting to mix in near Quincy, near Carlinville. But up here along Springfield, according to this model, just really heavy snow. And by this point, our heaviest snow kind of seems to be the time frame between noon on Sunday, or maybe even just before that, 9 a.m. Really from 6 a.m. all the way through 6 p.m. That 12-hour span there, we will have 1 inch snowfall accumulations. It's not gonna be that way all day, but uh, on again, off again snow, heavy snow for a long time, and then I think by around this time uh, around 6 o'clock on Sunday, between 6 and 9, I think there might be a lull because I guess I could explain it, but there's going to be some drier air pushing in, and I actually think that we here could maybe switch over to a wintry mix of sleet. Now, we're not going to be freezing rain. Um, but I think sleet could start to mix in here. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, well, we're going to forecasting all the snow. Well, I do think there will be a period, maybe of even 2 hours or so of sleet. Now, sleet's the basically frozen rain droplets is basically what it is. It's like little hail. But I do think by at least after 10 o'clock or midnight, this will go back to snow. And even you can see there, some moderate snow starting to work back into the area, and that will all push out of here by the morning. You can kind of see the time frame. Go back a little bit here. It looks like 9 a.m. the American model is pushing it out. Now I want to look at the European model because this sort of has a different sort of time frame, which I think is interesting. And it's like the only thing that's still conflicting. The snowfall totals and where that is almost there. We're on our way to really knowing where that's going to be. So you kind of see the onset of this. This has it actually a little later, maybe 6 a.m. in the morning on Sunday. Heavy snowfall starting to settle in between, like we've been talking about, that 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., that 12-hour range. And then, like we've been talking about, there's that little, you kind of see it let up here over Indiana. I think that could be where some sleet mixes in. So for us, that would probably be more of the 9 p.m. time frame. And then that second wave of snow will work out of here. And I'm just looking, it looks like it'll be out of here by 3 a.m. Monday. So the European model's kind of a shorter run. It's about 20 hours. The American model is like 28 hours. So there's a little bit of a difference there as far as timing, but something that we are going to keep our eye on. Now, how much snow are these models spitting out? Well, if you blend everything that we have together, this is kind of the numbers that we are talking about at the moment. Now, I think I'm more of a conservative person when it comes to my snowfall forecast, but this is a pretty conservative forecast. I've seen a lot of higher ones. There's models. Currently, the American model has, I mean, a tremendous amount of snow falling basically from the Sangamon County line southbound. Now, I don't buy into a lot of the heavy snow south here because I do think there's going to be a lot more mixing that the model's snowfall accumulations aren't taking it in. Now, sleet can be bad too, but I think I-72, this looks like an I-72 storm for me, and that's kind of what my forecast is going off of. And I'll go back to this because just about 20 minutes ago, the National Weather Service in Lincoln, National Weather Service in St. Louis and Indianapolis, and I believe Paducah, Kentucky, all issued winter storm watches. So Sangamon County, here we are right here, Logan County, we're under a winter storm watch. This goes into effect, I believe, Sunday at midnight, and it'll go all the way through Monday at 1 p.m. And they'll fine-tune that timing. That's not going to be the exact timing of the storm, but they're giving a little bit of wiggle room for whatever the timing they think it will end up being the storm system timing. But so winter storm watch in effect, and here's why. We are expecting heavy snow. Now you might be thinking, well, you've got a pretty significant swath there, and I do, because I do think there will be a swath of snow of 10 plus inches. I think there's going to be a pretty good area of central Illinois that will receive 10 or more inches of snow. But generally, basically anywhere in this darker shaded blue, 6 to 10 inches. Anywhere in this purple, this has the potential, the best possibility of seeing 10 or more inches of snow. And currently, I think that band is where I have it along the I-72 corridor, maybe just further north, kind of nearing the McLean, Logan County line, the Piatt County line, the DeWitt County line, and then all the way as far south as Carlinville, Litchfield, Shelbyville, Mattoon, points northbound. And that could be an area where 10 or more inches of snow is possible. I think the most snow we could possibly see out of this system anywhere in the area will be somewhere in the range of a foot, maybe 13 or 14 inches, but that would be the absolute max. I'm not going to buy into a lot of the 18-inch snowfall totals.